Hey everybody, this is Peter with BibleMoneyMatters.com talking today about You Need a Budget 4, which is launching today actually. Wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that are changing in You Need a Budget from the previous version, You Need a Budget 3. Kind of do a walkthrough of the software using a demonstration file that I have, and talk about why I think it's a great budgeting software for folks to use. So why don't we jump right in here and jump into the software. When you first open the software, it's going to ask you to open an existing budget file, or if you don't have one, you can click on create a new budget right here, or click on open another budget if you want to as well. But let's just click on this demonstration budget that I have here. It's going to take a moment to load and pull up everything that we need to see here. As mentioned, this is just kind of a test file that I have here. But if you look on the right hand side here, you have your sidebar, which is going to list all of the important things that you can do in YNAB. First of all, you have your budgets area over here. If you click on that, that'll bring you to the budgets area. Right here you have reports, and the reporting area is going to give you all of your reports as far as your profit and loss statements, your spending by category, spending by payee, your net worth reporting. And then finally, if you click on all accounts right here, that'll give you a listing of all the transactions in all of your accounts. Down below that, you have your budget accounts. Whoops, let's go back and undo that. Right here, you have your budget accounts, and these are all your accounts that you want to include in your everyday budget that you're going to set up in YNAB. Below that, you have your off budget accounts down here. These are accounts that you want to keep track of, but you don't necessarily want to include in your zero-based budget that you're going to be setting up. And then finally down here is where you can add new accounts. If you click on that button, it'll allow you to add a new account to your YNAB file. So let's type something in here. Saving account. You type in the current balance of the account. Choose what type of account it is. Checking, savings, credit card, cash, PayPal, merchant account, investment account, mortgage, asset of some sort. And then you want to choose if you want this account to be included in the budget. I'm going to leave that off for now. I've already set up some sample accounts: a checking, savings, a credit card, and then an emergency fund savings account, an investment account, a mortgage, and a house asset. Let's just jump into one of these accounts here. Let's jump into the checking account. And you can see the register here where you're going to be entering all your transactions in YNAB. This screen is going to be a little bit different from the previous version in YNAB 3. The design is different. They've taken out a lot of the stuff around the top up here. This whole area has been moved up several pixels, so there's more area for the register. The text size is increased. These buttons down here have actually changed as well. Those buttons right there. And then finally down below you have your scheduled transactions. If you have regular bills that are going to be coming out of this particular account, you can set up a scheduled deposit or a scheduled bill, like your phone bill or a utility bill or something. Basically, all you have to do to add a transaction in YNAB is click on Add a Transaction, choose a payee, a category from your budget for that transaction. You can put in a memo if you want to, and then type in how much it was. If it was a deposit, you can put it on the inflow category right here. One of the great new things I love about YNAB 4 is the fact that they now allow you to reconcile your accounts. If you look down here, there's a button that says Reconcile Account. If you click on that button, it's going to pop open a little window, and you can take your statement that you got from your bank and enter the statement date, the amount on the statement on that date, and then click on Begin Reconciliation. And that's going to allow you to start clicking off your transactions here. And once you're done, this amount down at the bottom here, right there, that should equal to 0. It should turn a green color, and the button will turn a green color as well. We're going to stop reconciling for now. Again, that's a new feature in YNAB 4. Wasn't there before. Let's click into budgets here. This is the meat and potatoes of YNAB 4 and why it's such a great product. This is where you come to set up all your income and spending categories that will be used when you're entering things into your register on the other page. So you're going to budget how much you want to use for example, food, for groceries, for restaurants, for housing, for transportation, for personal items like clothing, gifts, and so forth. And then once you enter things into the register on the other screen, the outflows column over here is going to tally up that amount. So for example, this phone and internet category here, for the month of June, we've already spent $100. And so that's going to leave us with a balance over here. So automatically tabulates based on what you're spending and entering in your register. It'll show you where your problem areas are, where you're overspending, where you're under budgeting, and it's just a great way to keep tabs on your budget. The reporting area is another great place to come to kind of keep tabs on your household spending. First of all, you have your spending by category. You have filters up here. You can filter your reports by time. So this month, latest 3 months, year to date, last year, so forth. You have your budget categories that you can filter out of there. If you don't want to include food, for example, you can take that out. You can have it be just for certain payees in the account. And you can also have it show only certain accounts within your budget as well. If you want, you can export all of the reporting in here. So if you look up here, you can click on export, and you can also print the reports. The reports are much easier to read and much easier to look at than they were in the previous version, so it's much improved. Over on the right hand side, you also have kind of a legend telling you what each of those colors is and how much was spent in those categories, which is very helpful in figuring out, okay, what's this orange one here? It's transportation. I spent $1,500 and so forth. If you click into any of those categories, it'll break it down further into the subcategories. Again, show you on the legend on the right, and over here you'll see, okay, I spent $475 on car repairs, $550 on a car payment, $225 on car insurance, and so forth. So that's spending by category. Spending by payee. So these are just generic payees in here, but if you look at it, you can see, okay, we're spending the most to our landlord, second to our grocery store, we're paying to our finance company this much, and so forth. Your income versus expenses report, kind of your profit and loss sheet. That's going to give you details about all the income coming in. You can pop that down and see how it's broken down. And then your expenses, again, we just regular categories, or you can get down to the subcategories as well for each of these tables. So very helpful in seeing how much you're spending month to month, where your problem categories are, and where you're overspending. Finally, your net worth report is going to show you debts, assets, and total net worth for the month. And over time, that graph is going to hopefully be trending up. You can see on the right hand side again a legend kind of showing you what your net worth is by month, and it'll have a little arrow over here showing as well if your net worth has gone up or down. So cool little report there. So that's kind of a basic overview of YNAB. what you can do in it, the budgeting portion of it, which is the most important. Again, it's not really set up on this particular one yet, but it's a great tool. I love YNAB. Love the fact that you can also sync to the cloud. When you're setting up the software to sync, when you first open it, you can sync this file to your Dropbox account. What that allows you to do is you can then open the file, say on your desktop computer, on your laptop computer, and on your iPod, your iPhone, or your Android device, all at the same time, be making updates, and it'll always keep that file updated, and there won't be any conflicts, as there may have been in the past with previous versions of YNAB. Pretty cool thing to have in there. So there you go. There's a quick walkthrough of YNAB 4. I think you should definitely check it out if you're looking for personal finance software to keep track of your budget. It's been great for us. We've been using it for over a year now, and it's our main financial tool that we use right now. So I'd love to hear your comments on YouTube or on the post on BibleMoneyMatters.com. And I'd love to hear what you think about the software, if you've used it, or if you're thinking about using it and have questions, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks.